Hi everyone, it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a different video for you. I'm going to be showing you how I wrap my dangles. Now a lot of crafters out there are getting into the wire wrapped beads. I am not one of them. I have tried it one time and I find that it is just not for me. So I have a different method that I use and I'm going to be showing that to you because someone has requested that I show them how I wrap my dangles, the wires from my dangles, and so that's what I'm going to show you guys today. Let me just show you some of the supplies that I'm going to be using. I have these long needle nose pliers and I have these short ones here. You can see the difference between the two. And then I have some wire cutters, and then I also have some round nose pliers. And this one right here is to straighten out your pins or your wire if that's what you're using. And I have an example here. I pulled this one out of the bag and these are really soft wire pin and a lot of them come curved up in the bag like this. So what I do is I take my long nose pliers and I put them here and I take this and just pull it and it straightens it out. See that? So that's what this tool is for. So let's get started. So let me show you some of the supplies I use. I have my jump rings and I couldn't tell you what size these are because I don't remember what was marked on the bag. I have this larger one to connect this lobster clasp to the chain, and I have my chain right here. And what I normally do is I figure out how many links I want and then I create that same amount of dangles. Sometimes I create less dangles depending on how long I want it. I have some spacers here and these spacers have rhinestones in them. I'm sure you guys might have seen these before. I have those spacers. I have these spacers right here. They're just plain. I have these little spacers here. This is a larger size and these are some smaller sizes. And as you can see, they come in a different variety of shades. These are some bead caps. These are real small ones. And then I have these bead caps here. And they're really pretty. So that's what I have. And then of course you have your pins. These are some head pins. And then these are the eye pins that have the loop. Okay, so those are your different ones. I have some charms here, and then these are the beads that I'm going to be working with. I've already made some of these dangles ahead of time. Let me show you what they look like. And they're really, really pretty, and the camera is not doing them justice. So as you can see, I double loop my beads. Focus. You can see the double loop right up here. Okay, and then there's this one. You see the bead caps there. This one. Then I have this one. And then these ones. I will have better pictures of these on my Instagram if you guys want to better look at them. So let's get started. I'm gonna do this one here. This is an angel that we're gonna make. I have this bicone bead, I believe that's what they call. I have some angel wings, a smaller one of these spacers, and then another silver crystal bead, and that's going to be the head. So I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these small spacers here, and I'm going to put it on my head pin, push it all the way down. Then I'm going to take this bead here, put it on there like that, and take the wings. The wings are down. You could put them up if you want, but I usually put mine where they're down. And you can see it taking shape. And I'm going to put the head on, and then we're going to put the little halo on. Okay, and there you have your angel. So what I do is I could roll all of this. This is about an inch, about 7/8 of an inch left. I usually have my excess at about 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna snip a little bit of it off because when I loop it, I don't want any of it hanging off. So I usually take my wire cutters and I'll find the spot where I want to snip it at. And then I'll hold it over my trash bin, which is beside me here, and I'll snip it. So it goes right into the trash. So that's about a good length for me. That's about 3/4 of an inch, about. So I take my round nose pliers and I put it, you can see where I normally work from this lighter area of the tip of the round nose, and I'll just put it in there. That's maybe about 1/4 of an inch up, and then I just hold this tight like this and I roll it to me, and I roll it so that it's not straight. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but it's off to the side. I'm not rolling it directly onto itself, I'm rolling it off to the side. And then when I do that, if you can see right there, it starts to coil on itself. And you can see this end coming up right here and over. And I just give it 2 loops and then squeeze it together. And there's my loop. Perfectly round. So there's the angel all finished. And sometimes you guys, your wire might bend on you, but you can just straighten it up. So there's the angel. And then these ones here, you can see how long this one is. This part right here is pretty long. So I'm gonna take it again, find out where I want it, right about there. And I'm gonna snip it off. I know the lighting in here is not, well, it's kind of good, but these things are so small you can hardly see them. So find the tip of it and roll it off to the side. You could roll it off to the left side, you could roll it off to the right side. I usually roll mine off to the right side. Okay. And just roll. And when this end comes up, grab it too. Like you can see it right there. I grabbed it, grab the end of it, and I just keep twisting. Okay. And sometimes it'll look like this, where you can see it's going straight. Sometimes I'll just take my flat nose pliers because I can get in there a little bit better with it, and I'll just flatten it down and twist it. Okay. Now I am not a jewelry maker. Let me just make that disclaimer right now. I am self-taught. I've watched a lot of videos and watched ladies do this. And like I said, the wire wrapping just doesn't work for me, especially if I'm in a hurry and I want to whip one of these out really quickly. This works really well for me. And that's how I do it. So I'm going to keep going here. And I'll show you guys all of them when I'm done. I love this one because it looks like it's on a pedestal. This is the bicone that I just flipped it around, added one of those spacers, and then a heart. Dangles together. We're going to put the very last one together, and I'm gonna get a bead cap, and that's gonna be at the bottom of the bead. Putting this white bead on to the eye pin, and then I'm just gonna press that bead cap in a little bit so it's a little bit flatter. And then I'm going to take one of those rondelle spacers and I'm going to put another faceted pink bead on it, and that's how it looks. It's looking really pretty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to open up that loop on the bottom of the eye pin, and then I'm going to take the angel and I'm going to attach it and close up that loop on the eye pin. So now I have the two dangles together attached on the eye pin. It looks so pretty. So now I'm going to take my cutters and I'm going to cut off the excess wire. And then I'm going to roll the excess wire into a coil, and I'm using my index finger on my left hand as an anchor to keep that wire in place. I meant to tell you that earlier. Use your less dominant index finger when you do that to keep your wire in place. And then I'm going to take the chain and I'm going to open up the bottom loop, and that's where the dangle is going to be. So that will be the base of the charm, the purse charm. There you go. That's what it looks like. So now it's time to add the larger jump ring. I'm going to attach this larger jump ring to the chain and add the lobster clasp. So when you go to open up your jump ring, you have two of your pliers, and where you see it, where it joins right here, where that split is, you're going to take one of your needle nose pliers on either side of that, and one is going to go forward and one is going to go back, or you can just hold one and move one, but don't do it to the side. It's either front or back. Okay, so you split it that way. Take your lobster clasp and put it on, and then you're going to take your chain and you're going to add that large jump ring onto the chain, and then you're going to do the same motion. That one that you push forward, you're going to pull it back towards you until it meets. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, and there you have it. You're ready to attach your dangles. So I'm gonna let you guys watch me do that. It's pretty much the same technique. I'm gonna move these out of the way. Also, what I wanted to tell you is I use this this washcloth. It's fairly new, but I use it because it has a texture on it and my beads don't roll around as easily. I don't have one of those beading trays that jewelry makers have. I just use what I have, and this stays beside me all the time, and I whip it out and it works really, really well for me. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put these in here so they don't roll around too much, and then I'm gonna take all my jump rings out of here and put them here so I don't have to reach so far. Okay, so let's add these. And what I do is usually the longest one that I have, I'll put that at the top, and I'll put the shorter ones down at the bottom. Like this one is really short compared to that one. So the shorter ones, I usually put those at the bottom. And I usually just lay them out just to see how I like it. And then I will start adding them. Let's see. And then I have some charms here that I can add afterwards. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna be using, let's see, we don't need any of these anymore. So this is what you need for that. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so there you have it. These are all the dangles on. I had a little trouble with some of them, of course, because I'm on camera. Doesn't happen when I normally do this. So there they are on, and I think it looks gorgeous. So now you can add your charms wherever you would like. So let me get some more jump rings. Okay, and it's the same thing. You take your pliers, both of them, and one away from you. And let's put the crown at the top. There's a little loop there, so I'm gonna loop that. And I'm gonna find a spot for it here, right at the top. So once I get this charm together, I'm going to add a gem to the middle of the crown, just to give it a little bit more sparkle. So this is my method of how I do my bead dangles. I roll my loops instead of wire wrapping them. The wire wrapping is really pretty, but if I'm in a hurry to put one of these together, the rolling method works better for me with the double loops. So everybody has their preference. I hope that you guys try this and see if you like it. Let me know, because it's very quick. Okay. I will have photos of these on my Instagram if you guys want a closer look. The lighting will be a lot better on Instagram, so you guys can check this out. Let me know what you think about this, okay? If you guys are gonna try it, tag me, let me know if you're gonna try it. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below and I will get back to you. All right, so there it is. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.